And this is the period that starts the anticipation. I hate the 2 weeks that lead into the Super Bowl because you got to figure out some angles. You got to go here. You got to go there. The anticipation is really difficult when you're anticipating the big prize. Like, what do you do for the next 2 weeks? You have to kind of put it on the shelf and, like, next week, bring it back up. Come down to go up as the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Now, I don't think we take inventory of this because we always look at the worst things that can happen. But in this 8-year stretch, the Philadelphia Eagles have been the gold standard. You remember when Jeffrey Lurie said that way back in the day? The gold standard. You remember when Doug Peterson said it's the new norm? Now, he was just, talking out of his buttocks. But the new norm is pretty accurate because the Eagles have been the dominant team maybe in all of football when you put it all together. They don't have a Super Bowl championship for a while, but they've got the Super Bowl win in 2017. They've got 3 NFC titles, 4 NFC East titles, 7 playoff berths, 2 head coaches and 3 quarterbacks in that span. Listen, we got to call it the way we see it. The Eagles are a supreme franchise, and I guess you got to give a lot of credit to the owner, even though I don't really take inventory of the owner, and you got to give a lot of credit to the guy he decided to ride his horse back with in Howie Roseman. I know Joe Banner would like to take credit for the Howie Roseman thing because he says he's the guy who hired Howie. He took him under his wing and the whole bit. But is there anybody out there, even the most negative people who expect the worst, that can actually sit down and say, you know what? They've kind of given us all that we've asked for. They haven't given us a lot of Super Bowl titles, but who does that? The Kansas City Chiefs do that. They have given a season of excellence almost every year. So Bill and Ray, they're both here with me here. We got to acknowledge that today.
Yeah, we do have to acknowledge it. And you're right. When they said that this is the gold standard, and when Dougie P.
Why did he say that? He said that way back when? In 2000?
I think it was way back when. And you got Dougie P. saying this is the new norm.
Yeah.
It has been. I mean, this is now their 4th Super Bowl appearance since 2004, right? They were there in 2004, or is this the 3rd? 3rd. No, 4th. Yeah, I'm even forgetting. 2004 they were there, 2017 they were there, 2022, and now 2024. So it's their 4th one. But you look at that, there's only 3 teams who have been to 4 Super Bowls since 2004. And there's only one NFC team. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. The other 2, as expected, the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. But there's one major difference between the Patriots, the Chiefs, and the Eagles. The Patriots have multiple Super Bowls. The Chiefs have multiple Super Bowls. It's time for the Eagles to get that 2nd Super Bowl. No longer am I going to just be happy with getting there. I'm not happy anymore. 2 years ago, I was just happy with being there. I was just happy that the Eagles had a great season. They got to win it this year. They have to win it this year. To be the true gold standard, with all of the success that this franchise has had in the last 20 years, they got to win it now.
Bill, you're not wrong, as someone wise said on this show. But again, I look at this and I go, they have gotten to the plateau that I expected them to get to, or that I didn't expect them to get to early in the season, but I expected towards the end of the season that they would get to this plateau. Are the Kansas City Chiefs better than the Eagles? I don't know. The line would indicate that they are. The line would indicate that they have a Super Bowl pedigree, that they know how to win. I would not be devastated if they lost. But I agree with you that now is the time to win and shake up the world and end this Kansas City Chiefs thing and this Andy Reid thing and this Patrick Mahomes thing and this Travis Kelce thing. Good God, retire and go into the night with your girlfriend and get out of my face type of thing. But I am totally satisfied with where they are now. And if they lose that game and the other team proves to be better than them, I can take it.
See, the thing for me right now is you match up the Eagles and the Chiefs, and we'll break this down over the next 2 weeks, but the Eagles are the better team on paper. except for one spot, the Mahomes magic. That is something that you can't put. You can't calculate what Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have been able to do. They just find ways to win. But when you match up the numbers, every single category, the Eagles are better. They're a better defense. They're a better offense. They got a better rushing attack. They've performed better this playoffs as far as creating takeaways and not turning the ball over. They've done better in almost every single category. But the Chiefs have that. They have that magic. But here's why I think they have to do it. You're saying you'd be okay if they were to lose.
Listen, the way the game would play out, if they lose because they made mistakes, then obviously I'm going to be devastated. But if these two teams go head to head and go straight up, and at the end of the game the Chiefs win by 3 points or whatever, it's not going to rip me apart. It'll be disappointing, yeah, but it's not going to rip me apart.
See, here's where I would think I'd be a little bit ripped apart. As young as this team is for the Philadelphia Eagles, and you expect them to get there again in the next few seasons, we know in the NFL there's no guarantees. There's no guarantee of, is this team healthy next season? Does Saquon Barkley have another season like he did this year? Are they able to re-sign a lot of these guys on the defensive side of the ball? Zach Bond, Milton Williams, Mekhi Becton on the offensive line. Are other teams going to get better? And we also know if they lose this game, that the Super Bowl hangover is real. We talked about the Super Bowl hangover 2 years ago, and look what it resulted in. It resulted in one of the worst collapses we've ever seen in professional sports. So that's why I look at this as saying this is such a great opportunity. You can't waste it.
Of course
they
it's
have to win this game.
Of course it's a great opportunity.
But you don't know when you're back.
Well, but here's the thing. What's the most important position in sports?
Quarterback.
It's the quarterback. The quarterback is a magic man. So when you look at it and you go on paper, you go, wow, the Eagles are better category. You're not factoring in that the most important player on the whole team, on the whole field, is that guy.
Yeah, you can't quantify it. I mean, you're right. You can't quantify. Look,
it's like to the third power. Like, he makes up like 75% of what your team is.
The fact that the Kansas City Chiefs have now won 17 games this season, and the first time they scored more than 30 points was last week is mind-blowing. You think about that. They had not scored more than 30 points until the AFC Championship game, and this is a team that's 17-2.
Well, there's something special for that. No, listen, I don't want to get I don't want to go to the other side here. I definitely want the Eagles to win, and I think they can win this game. I'm just saying that if they lost to a better team, it's like if they lost to Tom Brady, what am I going to do? Am I going to beat my head against a brick wall and smash my skull?
Well, they did lose in 2004, and people didn't forgive McNabb for that.
But they also didn't lose to. He did beat them, right? So I go, well, okay. Well, if you lose to that type of team, you lose to that type of quarterback. How devastating can I be? But that's the wrong. See, I don't want to. That's the wrong way to go here. You talk me into that. You go so crazy that now I have to add balance.
I just want to see them. Look, NFL stands for not for long. We have no idea.
Oh, no, does it, Ray?
How this
Ray,
team,
I never heard that. Not for long, does it stand for?
So there's no guarantee this team's back.
NFL stands for not for long?
Win it this time.
610-632-0975. That's how you get into the Mike Missanelli Show. We got a lot of things to do today, including, I got to ask this question as we go into the break. Have you Hurts haters withered and faded away? Have you withered and faded away? Have you Sirianni haters withered and faded away? I got to know, and you got to purge it. The Mike Missanelli Show, 610-632-0975. Back after this.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate you guys checking out things with the Mike Missanelli Show. If you want more from us, check out the playlist right here to get this one. Check out all the playlists. There's a lot to watch.